So Vision made this video that I wanted to talk about. Particular video here, if you're on his channel, Vision and Salt. If you come down, this particular video here, which contains a story for from a little while ago. But this story reminded me of a certain thing that I mentioned in a recent discussion when I was talking to Mukulu Mahlabahla on that discussion that we had. I'll leave the video of it down in the pinned comment. But in that video that I'm talking about, I made a certain point that I want to go back to here. But on this particular episode, I wanted to start first with that story that Vision included in his episode. And basically, in this story, it was about a story from 2014, basically, where there was a mystery lake that came up. I don't know. I wonder, like, what happened to this mystery lake, and I wonder if people are still even going there. And in this mystery lake story, they said that there was this lake where people were going to in Enugu State in Nigeria, and people were going particularly for healing. Now, there was even a news article, and I'm going to pull it up here, and we're going to talk about some of the things that are mentioned. Now, I don't want to play too much the parts where people are doing like doji man things and stuff like that, like dipping themselves in this water, because that can be very unhealthy. But if you look for this particular story with this heading here, you will stumble upon this article, which will have that video down there. But on this one, I'm going to just look at this particular episode. So in the video, you can see people, people were bringing people who were sick, people who couldn't walk, people were dipping themselves and all kinds of random things with this water. And the water was not exactly clean. But it's what they said, okay, when they were asked about the risk of being in this water that I want to address in this episode.
Looked forward to a miracle after bathing in the water and cared less about how dirty it is.
This is my mom, so she's sick, and a lot of challenges as a woman. So I believe on having this water as I came all the way from Abakaliki down to pick it. So by the special grace of God, all those things, problems, that predicament that I'm passing through is over.
So this person gives an example of the difficulty that these people are having to deal with and how they are tackling these issues. And that one last closing line that he said there, it's quite telling.
In this water, as I came all the way from Abakaliki.
So church, not enough. Relationship with God, not enough. Even this water,
down to pick it. So by the special grace of God, all those things, problems, that predicament that I'm passing through is over.
I see someone that came this place. He's not working when he come here. When he enter inside the water, his body's okay.
That is why you believe if you take.
Yeah, even before I came this place, I believe when I came this place, everything be okay.
See, this perception of hope that drives itself to despair or towards a state of weakness. Now, in that video that I spoke about, that I had with Mukulu Mahlabahla, if you remember this particular video, part one of it, there's something I mentioned, and just want to play you a bit of it because it gives a hint to what my thoughts are when I saw this particular story in there.
The Bible describes life the best way possible to prepare you. It's not trying to make it comfortable. And for me, African spirituality seeks to make people comfortable. If your situation is not fitting, let's go over here and wash you up and get you in right so that things will go nice. Christianity is not there to do that. Christianity is telling you the reality of where you are. You are in a fallen world, you're sick. This is where you are. You are facing something that was heartbreaking. Someone did you evil. This is a fallen world where you are.
And so in this video, we highlighted this theological difficult point of saying this is a fallen world. A lot of people have issues with this, and it causes them to disbelieve or to come to a state of disbelief because they would rather be given things easy. You see, it's either a person gives themselves over to a church which is false in the name of miracles, a person goes to a babalawo, a sangoma, or a person ends themselves in a position where they believe that water is going to do something. But what is it that we learn from the Bible? It tells you the realities of where you are. Even the charlatans in so-called churches, guess what they do? They present the babalawo version of Christianity. They cook it up. They make it a fast food meal. Come to Jesus, you'll be rich. Prosperity, health. They don't face life with its realities or the difficulties that it comes with. And when you find what the Bible actually teaches, you remember the popular song that South Africans loved to preach or loved to sing. Nowadays, we ask questions about the song, and I guess a lot of churches don't sing it as often. There was this song that said these things, and it said them with boldness because it assumed the absence of difficulty when Jesus is there. But the absence of Jesus says, if your master was persecuted, what will they do with you who is a servant? And this, therefore, should have taught us that Jesus was preparing us. Even when he prophesies what is going to happen in the end, he says, I have told you this so that when it happens, you know that I have told you before. It's so that you don't, when you are going through that difficulty, you don't think God is not with me. You see, if you are a Lazarus and you're going through a certain life difficulty, whether it be health or whatnot, what your confession and testimony is as you go through it, which is exactly what we were talking about when we spoke to Brother Tabiso on the recent episode, is the testimony. Other people's testimony has been changed because of the difficulties of life. And that's what the Bible talks about. When the seeds were sown, others were sown on the wayside. And when they hit them, because there was not much soil, they withered away because the life difficulties consumed them. What is your testimony in difficulty and out of difficulty? If you lost your testimony in difficulty, what did you believe or teach yourself or bring yourself to believe in the times when things were looking up good? You see, a lot of people that end up in false churches, this is the thing. They didn't understand what they believed, what they held on to. That's the thing that I constantly hammer down. People to come to a knowledge and a full understanding of what they have believed. Not to be deceived and swayed around by all kinds and all manner of belief systems out there. Not to buy into everything. The Bible warns about people like that who are swayed by every wind of doctrine, it says. Don't be part of those ones. When they offer water, you are there. When they offer oil, you are there. Everywhere. You don't know exactly what is it that you have come to believe. It's Ricky, and I'll see you later on. I hope this video does remind you. Everyone is looking for something, and a lot of them are looking for something except God. Their testimony has changed. It has now converted and it fits a testimony that men should approve. And in the process of doing so, they have lost their testimony to the devil. Remember, the Bible tells us, the Bible warns in other ways. In my view, it's a warning. It says they have overcome him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. You see, the word of our testimony defeats. It's not you getting healing. It's not you getting a miracle. It is the word of your testimony that speaks volume. Ricky, yeah, have a good one.